Greetings, virtuous angelics of the 144, manifesting the energies of the new earth, rising up, waking up, transmitting your cosmic conscious awareness with the power of your mighty I Am presence here now in this sacred temple. With these powerful energies coming in these cosmic waves, we are being activated in many ways. And everything that you're feeling and experiencing is part of this ascension process, preparing your sacred vessel, your avatar, for this quantum leap of consciousness, from Homo sapien to Homo luminous, beings of infinite light, and seeing that your true self, your true nature, is already an infinite, eternal, multi-dimensional being of light. This isn't such a quantum leap as you would think. It is much more simple than you can even think. Know that all it will take is the 144,000 of us that came down, lowered our soul star spark from 12D energies into this realm to assist Gaia and all her children, of all 144,000 at the same moment put their awareness fully into their heart center, their sacred temple, the crystal palace at the center. Today is Maa Skandmata in the Navratri. Kali reaches gate 8 at Vishuddhi chakra, which is the throat chakra. So we're getting many throat activations, heart activations, as the Kundalini rises up through the central channel, the Katika channel, the Sushumna channel, activating every chakra, every center, all portals being open, connected to Gaia, Pachamama, and our physical temple, our physical body. With these powerful energies coming in, we had a 25 hertz manifestation on the Schumann charts. Many streaks of white light coming in from the higher dimensions, higher frequencies, the higher light, higher resonance. Quick update from Divine Sister of the Light, S.A. Smith. Major energy day, ascension symptoms and emotions on high. Energy tunnel is continuing to increase. We have a KP index alert this morning that it may hit 6. The KP index alerts us to disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field. All these tools work together to show us what is happening energetically in our world. Today is going to be a massive energy day. Great day to do what you love. Be in bliss, be you, feel your abilities. Just be sure to tap into you. Listen to what your system needs today in these heavy energies. Ascension symptoms are bound to be a little more intense with these bigger energies. But you're really getting really good with those too, finding your balance in the storm. It may feel more emotional as you are called to purge the old out and really look at those deeper shadows in this now moment. You are amazing, divine actually. There is nothing you can't do. Exciting times, divine ones. From agirlintheuniverse.com. And I'd like to explain something briefly. One of our divine sisters on our Patreon asked if I could talk about why I slept with a pyramid over my bed for many years and the powers of these pyramids. This is something that you could research for many years, or I could speak many hours about, but I'll briefly cover the importance and the power of the pyramid structure. Many years ago, I created a pyramid made out of copper pipe to the same dimensions of the Great Pyramid in Giza, obviously at a much smaller scale. And you want the sides of the pyramid to align north and south, east and west. There are many benefits to meditating or sleeping under pyramids. There's been many studies showing the health benefits. The important thing to know is pyramid, pyramid. The pyre is like the fire, the funeral pyre, the fire, the Ra, the energy of the sun, mid, fire in the middle. Just like our middle dantian, or the middle channel, the central channel of our physical body. And to the ancients, the fire symbolized the ascension, the rising up, the water, the descension, the fire, the electricity, the water, the magnetism. or the gravity, the opposite of gravity, the rising up, the levity. That's where we get levitation, to rise up. That is part of this ascension as we're rising up, the kundalini rising up the spine. This is energy as it raises in frequency and resonance. This is electricity. And remember, in the center, in the middle of the pyramid, the Great Pyramid, we have the king's chamber and the queen's chamber. The queen connected to the water, the king to the fire. Now we say the fire in the heart, the water in many philosophies, especially the Taoists, the Chinese, the water, the kidneys, the bladder, the fire, the heart, and the small intestines. So we have the fire in the heart, the water, the kidneys, connected to the Ming Men. That's the portal in the back, in the spine. That's behind the belly, the lower dantian. This is where the Taoists say that the breath enters the body at birth through Ming Men and leaves the body through Ming Men at death, or when we transition to the higher planes, the higher realms, the other side, whatever name you want to give to heaven, the eternal, non-physical. We try to speak this gnosis, this knowledge, this information, so it fits into every ideology, every belief system, and bring all into harmony and show the synchronicity of all things. So pyramids themselves create a natural vortex, a natural portal to the ancients. Fire symbolizes the spiral, the vortex rising up. It's as above the Merkaba as it spins clockwise, rising up. The pyramid pointing up, the pyramid pointing down would symbolize water, or the downward flow. It is the descension into matter, the ascension out of matter. Up is the fire. And remember, water always finds the path of least resistance. It's the downward flow, the natural flow. So we say the divine feminine is going with the flow. It's following the current back to the ocean. Now you can follow the opposite path, swimming against the current, but it takes much greater effort. Which path would you like to choose? The feminine water path that flows with the least resistance, naturally flowing into the ocean, or do you want to fight upstream, fighting the current, which also either way takes you to source? But too much fire burns you up, too much water can drown. So we find a balance between the two, going with the flow and guiding the current with our intent, with our emotion, with our mind, with our positive thoughts, our positive feelings, our positive emotions. And add to this, love is like adding the power of 10, 100, 1,000 or more to the equation. That's why the Taoist masters say crazy wisdom. We balance the craziness, the freedom, the spirit with the knowledge, the gnosis, the wisdom together. Create a whole, healthy person. We don't want to take ourselves or anything too seriously, but we don't also want to be a total buffoon. So we have fun while also being disciplined in our arts, living from our heart, living our passion, living our dreams. So one last thing about the pyramids is I would go on a spirit quest over the years, and Great Spirit leave in nature the sacred objects such as a feather from a great blue heron or hawk, whatever Great Spirit leave, crystal. I have amber crystal hanging from the apex, from the four corners of different feather, and whenever anything is taken from nature, we leave something in its place, sacred herb, incense, even strands of your hair. It is an exchange of energy. We never take without giving something in return. This is how everything is balanced in the Tao, in nature, and the cosmos. So like Buckminster, the great genius, once said, live life like an experiment. Experiment in your meditation, sitting inside a pyramid or sleeping under it. If it helps you, keep using it. If it has any negative effects, discontinue. Ultimately, all these things are just tools to assist us anyways, so just use your intuition and go with the feeling. You know what is right for you. And over the years, my pyramid had many sacred objects hanging from it, which sometimes they help you fly astrally in your dreams, lucid dreams. Sometimes they heal you. Many different effects from this one tool. Okay, hope that helps. Now we're going to move on to the activations on Pachamama today. Many powerful activations. With the earthquakes today, we had 113, 113, 13 Divine Goddess, M1.5 or greater earthquakes. Most powerful today on the Ring of Fire, Ishinomaki, Japan, 5.6. Earlier today, we had a 3.1 activation in Puerto Rico, Divine Masculine, 3.6 U.S. Virgin Islands, 3.5 British Virgin Islands. This was the trinity of activations earlier today, 22 hours ago. With the Divine Masculine, this is the new Atlantis energy rising up. Divine Masculine Christos energy. The Alaska Peninsula, we had 4 activations in the crown, one right after another. 3.2 Alaska Peninsula. We had a 4.0 Sandpoint Alaska Peninsula. We had a 3.8 the Aleutian Islands right in the middle of the crown. We call Bai Hui in the physical body. In the Taoist arts, the highest point, tip of the skull. This is the opening of the portal that brings down the heavenly energies through the Rainbow Bridge, the Katika channel. We had a 5.1 east coast of Kamchatka. This is peninsula off of Russia. We had a 3.5 Beatty, Nevada. Puerto Rico, another 3.2. Papua New Guinea, Ring of Fire, 4.8. Mexico, 4.5. We had a 3.7 Dominican Republic in Divine Masculine, 37 into the 73, connected to the eagle energies of the north. Greece, 5.0 South Asian. We had a 3.0 Covelo, California. The Black Sea, offshore of Georgia, 4.1. Another 4.1 in Greece. Mentone, Texas, 3.2. Another 4.2 Greece, Chile, South America, Andes Mountains, 4.2. Peru, 4.6 Andes Mountains. And then a 4.1 in Peru. Multiple activations, Trinity and the Kundalini of Pachamama, Sacred Andes Mountains, South America. Japan, 5.6. 2 5.6s in a row. 1111 portal, second sacred portal to my beloved Condor. Somalia, the coast of Africa, with a 4.7. This was in the Gulf of Aden, south of Yemen, the West Sheba Ridge. We had a 5.1 South Shetland Islands, again right in the trunk of the elephant of Antarctica. Ganesh, 4.9 New Zealand. Papua New Guinea, 4.6. 333 portal coming in, the Trinity. This is the threefold flame being activated in every portal. It is also the 369 code of Nikola Tesla, free energy for all living beings. The holographic mathematics of the cosmos, of this quantum computational consciousness, of the great mystery. Now we continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon at 2 degrees 39 minutes Cancer, the sun at 28 degrees 13 minutes Aries. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 29 degrees Aries, the music of the spheres. The current Sabian symbol for the moon at 3 degrees Cancer. An Arctic explorer leads a reindeer through icy canyons. From astrologyweekly.com. And now for the card for today from my queen, my sacred condor, from the deck, Forest of Enchantment Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone. The card she pulled for you today is 2 of Spells. This is a place of power where ancient wood wisdom is sought. After paying his respects to the trees, the seeker kneels on the forest floor and takes out a set of small wooden staves. They are carved with symbols that make up an ancient divinatory alphabet, each symbol corresponding to a tree or shrub. These staves were created over many years, the pieces of wood gathered slowly from different trees, so that each contains the wisdom of that tree. Casting the staves upon the ground, the seeker pores over the patterns, discerns the messages, clarifies the questions. He listens to what the trees have to tell him. The first step of any spell is to determine what you want. Without a clear intention, your magic will fail. Consulting an oracle can be part of the process of beginning any endeavor. You are doing so right now with these cards. One interpretation of the 2 of Spells might be ask again. Go ahead, draw another card or 2. Meaning at a glance, divination, decision, setting an intention. the beginning of solving the problem or changing the situation. A closer look, the staves in his hands are Yu, left, and Alder, right. Alder is for prophecy and oracular powers, and the maker of these staves says Yu was historically used for wooden agam staves. It is a deep, dense, dark, rich wood, full of resonance with the other world. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Morgan Le Fay, say often during the day, I am the presence raising my body and world into that everlasting perfection of the ascended masters of light. And I know it's done and sustained. Remember, knock and the door will open. Knocking on the door is the act of daily requesting the perfection, peace, beauty, health, and opulence that we desire. After knocking on the door, we need to sustain our feeling that this is possible for us. Even if external appearances show otherwise, nothing good materializes in our lives if we do not sustain a feeling that we deserve it and that it is perfectly possible for us. Have a wonderful day. May you live it in ascended Master's way. From Divine Sister of the Light, Sandra Walter. Blessings, beloveds. We are deep in a unique Stargate opening which commenced this week. Grid and gatekeepers, remember you're leveling up. This is the trigger point for reality shifting skills. Embrace the anxiety and be your Christed service. Sending divine love, divine light, and quantum divine will in this now. Tap into the Stargate anomalies. This is revelation in love, light, and service, Sandra. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Sadia Farah Ali, Galactic Time Code. We are in a really special moment in the history of mankind Earth. I keep hearing galactic time. Galactic aspects coming forth stronger than probably ever, and connecting to higher dimensions is easier than before. The truth of time will be remembered by many, as we connect to our soul family, our monads, who have been with us through all time and space, in joy made and shared with love. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Aluna, Joy, Yashkin, we are on the 4th day and the last day of Phase 1 in the 20-day, 5-phase Mayan Ascension process. Did you hear that pop? From the higher dimensions. We are on our way through the heaven-earth chakra system in our human form. I knew this was going to be a powerful time, but even after seeing this in a vision, I am still astonished and overwhelmed at the multi-layered intensity. This is more powerful than any other time that we have traveled through in these core days, and I have been watching this cycle for 30+ years. We have had nearly non-stop magnetic storms that only add to the super intensity that we are feeling. This has really become a holy fire, a gauntlet of cosmic and earth energy that will burn away anything that is not supporting your path in life. Today, remember to do what is best for you, and know that only you know the truth that is within. And even though we can feel isolated and unsupported, we are enough to stay the course in the light. Allow your crown to fully anchor to the great central sun, and your root be fully planted into the core of the earth. This is your new foundation stone, your new orientation point. This has already been a long 4 days. I have certainly been tested to hold firm to my truth and vision. I am emotional and the tears keep flowing, but I also feel grounded and clear. I am reminded over and over to hold my boundaries in place and not allow myself to fall down any rabbit holes filled with energy-draining, fear-mongering programs. I hold firm in holding space and pray for those in my life who are suffering serious illnesses. We are seeing evidence already. The old guard is beginning to fall away. Other troubled people are pushed over the edge and are reacting from their struggling ego, resulting in many forms of violence. Remember, where there is much pain, there is also much love. We send them all love, because we are all God and all light. Let what needs to fall away fall. Let what needs to arise, rise. Remember to use your sacred sites, essences, and Egyptian oils if you already have them. Stay grounded, get out in nature, breathe, and stay hydrated. When magnetic storms pulse into the earth, they shake up old programs and patterns, and they anchor in new frequencies. Most sacred temples on earth hold magnetic energies and high frequencies at different levels and at different times depending on the day. From alunajoy.com. And from Energetic Synthesis, the planetary ascension is accelerating now with the return of the solar consciousness of Christos to the earth, and nothing can or will stop the organic timeline of disclosure. Many incredible things to support humanity are happening from behind the scenes and within the planetary architecture, which confirm that the current dark reign of terror and genocidal campaigns are temporary. The most empowering step we can take now is to refuse to be terrorized and fear and complicit with this human genocidal campaign. We must find within our heart the direct connection to God, our highest power, and seek inner guidance and higher truth to help direct us forward. From EnergySynthesis.com and from Isis Channelings, Kundalini Rainbow Bridge of Durga, Sekhmet Kali reaches Gate 5 at Vishuddhi, Chakra. Today, April 17th, on the 5th day of Navratri, the Kundalini energies enter the first spiritual chakra, the Vishuddhi, throat chakra, or the 5th gate. This is governed by Maa Skandmata, mother of Skanda, Kartikeya. According to legend, a fierce demon, Tarakasura, was wreaking havoc on the gods and had a boon that he can only be killed by the son of Lord Shiva, which he thought would never come to pass, as Ma Parvati had been cursed, because of which she could never be a biological mother. However, Lord Shiva and Parvati decided to produce a seed by combining their energies, and a seed was indeed produced. But it was a fiery seed, so hot that even Lord Agni, the god of fire, was unable to carry it. He then handed it over to the cooling waters of the river Ganga, who then safely carried the seed and deposited in Saravana, the forest of reeds. Here the seed was taken care of by 6 sisters, who are known as Kritikas, mothers. Over a period of time, the fiery seed turned into a baby boy with 6 heads. Since the Kritikas looked after him, this baby boy came to be known as Lord Kartikeya. He then went on to become the brave commander-in-chief of the gods' army and defeated Tarakasura and brought peace and harmony to heaven and earth. He is also worshipped today in his baby form along with the 5th avatar of Durga, Maa Skandmata, Lord Shiva and Maa Parvati's first son, brother of Ganesh. Hence Maa Parvati is often referred to as Skandmata, which literally means mother of Kartikeya or Skanda. Maa Skandmata is believed to protect her devotees just like a mother protects her child from harm. She is a powerful goddess whose love and care helped Lord Kartikeya defeat the demon Tarakasura, and hence it is also a day to honor the special mother-child bond. She is an aspect of Maha Sarasvati, of the divine Hindu trinity of Parvati, Kali, Lakshmi, and Sarasvati, as Sarasvati is the goddess of flow, speech, knowledge, and arts, and governing deity of the Vishuddhi, throat chakra, center of communication, listening, self-expression, articulation, inspiration, and creativity. Vishuddhi literally means filtration, to make pure. It is at the throat chakra, the bridge between our mind and the heart, and also the bridge between us and the outer world, that we bring in filtration, discernment with respect to the impurities of lower negative thoughts, emotions, words, and ego-based projections, first within ourselves and later how we communicate with the outside world. This filtration is essential so that our communication, speaking and hearing is aligned with authenticity, pure divine truth, and underlined by compassion and grace that originates from an open heart chakra. It is here that we transmute negative experiences into higher wisdom, perception, and learning. It is here that intentions are filtered before they are spoken out aloud for manifestation via heart energies and third eye visualization. It is the Vishuddhi chakra that determines to a large extent our success in life, how we communicate and inspire others. Thus, Maa Skandmata assists her devotees in sharpening their discernment abilities between good and bad, and listening and expressing their own inner voice of truth in authentic and creative ways. and light and grace and joy be the change you want to see. Sake na from isischannelings.wordpress.com. And now take a deep breath, let go into that feeling, into the emptiness, into the stillness. We will transmit the sacred mantra of Maa Skandmata. Om Devi Skandamatai Namaha. Om Devi Skandmatayai Namaha. Sinhasangatam Nityam Padmanchit Kardvaya Shubdatsu Sada Devi Skandmata Yashaswini. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithika. Rapid light expansion. Understand your world is fracturing, awakening, shifting beyond your current knowing. We see the great changes beyond your peripheral eye vision, expanding piece by piece as your timeline expands. To understand, destiny is planned, yet incrementally it is a step-by-step process to reach each step of higher light awakening. The same process is aligned to your own personal light journey, to see yourself tested amongst the nuances of your world as higher light expansion infiltrates. See this now moment as a gift, as your world is moving, expanding, shifting, to ride this light wave, for it is now. Like swimming in a heated pool filtered with light, you glide and float effortlessly as you immerse yourself in all that is occurring, free-flowing, limitless expansion. No challenges will come before you as opportunities for expansion. See the gifts of higher light empowerment, for challenges are the great opportunities before you. To see the rapid game of clearing, releasing, to understand these processes will occur at a rapid rate now. Clearing and expanding to reach a higher state of light evolution. The light purity is at a rate of rapid acceleration, for the change is now. Connect to Mother Gaia, expand and be free. With love and blessings, the Arcturians and Karen Lithika from KarenLithika.com. Today from the Archangelic Calendar. Gaia is in Circe's will. Circe, our galaxy, acts upon the infinite universe's will. The current setting element is water spirit, which in this application is a trip down a lazy river. The forcefulness of this element has given way to peaceful flow and perfected force. We see the appearance of the year 1966 and 9 AD in our hexadecimal calculations, and when further investigated, we see two of the densest years of all time. We will address this in assignments as we see a great need to focus upon these years, as we see entanglement with this day. In our octal calculations, we observe the year 1454, which is a much less dense year but has its pockets of issues. Evidence suggests that proper engineering of these days will have a very positive effect on our now. This day will have a more transparent atmosphere and landscape. This statement means that our macro-physical settings are easing up as well. All things point to a sense of relief. The day of the season is B4. This means it will be starting to transition into the following season in a hybrid setting. This setting will bring universal macro-will into every and all galactic matters. Legion and 5D News. The many devices of Atlantis, Egypt, were too plentiful to list. We wish to bring attention to the Ra-Ra, an electromagnetic physicality augmentation device. In other words, it can move large objects like a dark room, fertilize the soil, and much more depending on the intention of the user. This tool has a crystal shell and copper and gold wires in its center. Various acidic liquids serve to calibrate the device. The name comes from the sound it makes, which sounded like gears turning. Anyone willing to take up this project should do so with great diligence. It will soon be necessary. The West African Kingdom of Benin is a tribe of mystics who held the great mysteries of humanity in their records. Their story goes back to the original sky visitors. and they hold the key to ancient global technologies. The star beings who adored these beings have returned and have asked where their friends have gone, to explain that war has swallowed up their friends and that the tribe of materialism has replaced them was heartbreaking. Public service announcement: there are tons of fake Ashtars. Ashtar's oversoul is Archangel Michael. If you want to make sure it's the real one, call him Michael or Michael. If he doesn't hiss or run away, he's the real deal. Our legions broke the malevolent time warp loop. This is the most prominent statement one can make in this now. There will be no more going back and forth. We will only go forth. Engineering. All the prophecy and premonition from our previous timelines are null and void. Everything we thought we knew is meaningless as we walk into a completely new universe. Of course, all looks the same in this quantum field, but it is most certainly not. Every moment is an uncharted adventure, but it becomes even more evident when we shift our quantum space so drastically. Be aware of the different feelings and emotions in usual places. It is your best indication of this change. Along with the many timeline shifts, many more of the lower timelines have fallen off. This statement means that the end of days has happened many times on the lower timelines. This change will affect people in a 3D reality, but as always, those firmly set in the 5D will not feel this. Remember, 5D is not a physical plane, it's a quantum setting, and we can all be vibing in different areas in this quantum garden. The new age is just that, a blank slate in which we will walk forth. Many things are final in the macro non-physical. We need to treat this timeline as a new start. Think about leaving the old behind and walking forth to something new and never before experienced. Remember, the caterpillar or the butterfly, not both. This earth will not be the vision once held by Nazi Germany. Metaphysical engineering of such venom is not available for manifestation. It would be like building a snowman in the summer. The goal is not conducive to the building materials. The building materials available are much more loving, free, peaceful, abundant, joyous, and kind. These building blocks are conducive to life upgrades. Among the many other changes, we see a drastic dream state shakeup with sleep dynamics and our relationship to it at its forefront. The messages coming in are very valid, but in many cases show the alternative timelines right before they implode. When this fades away, we'll have the full cognitive ability inside the dream realm, which will help us shape our reality in new and unimaginable ways. The modalities of healing will begin an upgrade process. As we bring forth healing, it exists in perfect harmony with the higher dimensions. It's an upgrade of macro tools. It's an upgrade of our ability to affect the world. A fantastic grid overlay is ready for use as the hard work of the powerful goddess in the Detroit area has come online after many others have failed to do so. This work will cause many anomalies in Michigan, and any efforts to enhance this grid and its rainbow connection are encouraged. It's a special place. Atlantis is a very different place on this timeline than most of us are used to seeing. Atlantis was an island. We see this formation as more of a peninsula than ever before. We must realize that we are a group of multiverse travelers, and as such, our reality is subject to drastic change without warning. Philosophical buffet. The only valid message is to look within. Everything you will ever need is already within. There is no system to memorize nor any books to buy. Human existence is all about finding inner wisdom and trusting it. There is no authenticity in an asleep person. They play a character they emulate from media. The asleep are confused and cannot be trusted with their judgment. There is nothing more anyone can do for someone who refuses help. It's simply a matter of letting them go through their motions. The choices of the leaders of society should not be confused with the will of the people. We cannot hold accountable the many who have no free will in society's matters. This situation is the exact reason why we evoke the hand that feeds law. The physical reality began with the nonverbal question, "What am I?" In the depths of this contemplation, the great consciousness created smaller parts to reflect its consciousness in unique and varying ways. This explanation is a simplistic way to put the origins of everything, but is undoubtedly more purposeful than we can articulate. Most people feel the need to be needed. Many New Age teachers are doing the same. Instead of using their influence to change things, they keep directing everyone to wallow in the issue. These calls of warning are made to increase the trauma bond they are trying to forge. Again, 3D will continue to implode. Let it. The tools and assignments for today are in a link in the description below. Today from the Shamanic Astrology Mystery School, Mars and the Moon at the Galactic Edge by Daniel Giamario. The evenings of Friday, April 16th and Saturday, April 17th provided both a wonderful visual treat, but also featured events of great symbolic and synchronistic importance. Mars is now between 26 and 27 degrees of Gemini. The Moon enters Cancer 3:25 p.m. PDT on Saturday. Mars enters Cancer on April 23rd. The galactic edge in the center of the Lakota sacred hoop is located at zodiacal 0 Cancer. This is where the plane of galaxy intersects with the plane of the solar system, ecliptic. This is the cross in the circle. A waxing crescent moon on this Friday will be just below Mars, and the next evening will have passed Mars and will be just above. Interestingly, both the Moon and Mars are out of bounds, farther north of the ecliptic. This can only happen when the Moon or a planet is near the solstice degrees, late Gemini through early Cancer, and late Sagittarius through early Capricorn. This adds a wild card flavor to the possibilities. This is the 5th Mars-Moon conjunction in the current Phase 2 portion of the Mars Synodic cycle that began December 15, 2020. There will be 4 more Mars-Moon conjunctions before Mars descends into the underworld on August 23rd. Each of these 9 conjunctions can be thought of as challenges, tasks, or quests for the masculine principle in men and women. Phase 2 roughly corresponds to the ages of 18 through about 40. In an archetypal life process, remember that this Mars synod has an overall Aries overtone, and Mars has now been traveling through the sign of Gemini, amongst the stars of the Bull constellation, and within the sacred hoop, on his way to the galactic edge. Also, as noted previously, remember this current Mars transit's relationship with the United States horoscope. When a planet or moon is between 29 degrees Taurus and 23 degrees Cancer, it is within the sacred hoop. The galactic edge in the center of the circle with the cross is the place of origin. Numerous ancient cosmologies from around the globe envision the galactic edge, where the plane of the Milky Way intersects with the plane of our solar system, as the stellar location of the entrance of souls into incarnation. The opposite place, the galactic center, is the exit or ascension location. So on these 2 evenings, the Moon, planetary lineage, and Mars are just beyond the horns of the bull, and in between the left horn, El Nath, and the right foot of the Twins constellation, the galactic edge. The Aries quest of Mars has reached the 5th gate, and is encountering the galactic edge at the center of the hoop. We can envision new creation coming through. Can the now composting patriarchal Aries, black and white, warrior protector image be transformed into something more useful or more heartful? Will he have the courage to be vulnerable and own up to his shadow? Can incoming creation of a possible future for global humanity transform Aries to be able to go beyond the provincialism and the clannishness of Cancer and the immaturity often seen with Gemini? This is not about sun signs. I'm also reiterating here 2 of the specific shadow elements of the US chart. So as we gaze at the Moon-Mars conjunction, be open to receive that transmissions and insights that arise in you. Please feel free to share those insights with me. We are all in this together. And meanwhile, Venus and Mercury are getting a whole other kind of download from the universal underworld on the other side of the sun. From ShamanicaStrology.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology. Mars in Gemini trine Jupiter in Aquarius. Mercury in Aries sextile Jupiter in Aquarius. Sextile Mars in Gemini, and square Pluto in Capricorn. A joyful energy boost is the main influence today, which magnifies desires and motivates us to go after a bigger and better future. There's anticipation, hope, a huge desire to connect. There are stories to share, ideas to throw around, brainstorm sessions, meetings, presentations. The air is filled with voices. It's living life large, making some noise, lifting our spirits. Mars trine Jupiter wants to do it all and then some, but it's important to be mindful of where our thoughts are taking us. Mercury's connection to Pluto can box in our thinking. Perhaps a burst of motivation rams us right into an old fear. Don't allow negativity to knock you back. Gently challenge catastrophic thinking. Use words of power to pick you up and carry you forwards. From LeahWhitehorse.com. Today from the Zolkin Times, Kin 124, Yellow Resonant Seed. Resonant is the name for the number 7, and its keywords are channel, attune, and inspire. We are right smack in the middle of the white mirror wave spell, and today our truth-seeking mission is helped by the number 7's energy. Resonant days are all about fine-tuning your intuition, and when seeking the truth, it's very helpful to use your intuition so you may feel when something is true or not. Today is Yellow Seed, which represents target, flowering, and awareness. Yellow Seed is about sowing awareness, but also it's a symbol of fertility and harvest. It's true that you reap what you sow, and on seed days you get the chance to see things flower that you previously planted, including ideas. Sometimes plans and aspirations take time to grow. As it is a number 7 day, we can use our intuition to feel what we should be planting and what awareness we should be sowing for the future. The guide today is the Yellow Warrior who loves to lead and be in charge. The mission we are on today is guided by our willpower, and like the warrior, we can wield this willpower to get what we want. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Resonant Seed, Kin 124, 17 April 2021, Seeding the New Time. 17-4-2021 equal 845 equal 89 equal 17 equal 8. 17 Immortality, Legacy. 4 Form, Structure, Foundation, Earth. 5 Change, Freedom, Transformation, Liberation. 9 Endings, Destiny, Mission, Divine, Grace, Humanity. 8 Infinite, Abundant, Source Flow. Kin 124 equals 7, Mystic, Magic, Spiritual, Solitude. A powerful day of attuning to your legacy. Day 7 in the white mirror wave spell of reflection, truth, illusion, endlessness, and magnification. Today we continue to strip away all core illusions and use this new energy to rise fearlessly to the highest potential of our soul's truth, revealing the precious divine seed that lies within each of us. Tone of creation, resonant, tone 7 in the emotional realm, action inspires, power channel, essence attunement. The resonant tone very powerfully ignites the potential for great alchemy today, as it provides the ability to fine-tune and channel the magical forces available to us all. Remember that it is our vibration that will energize our creation, and that this broadcasts through our emotional body rather than our mental body. So it is very important that we are stable, calm, and receptive to our feelings and what frequencies we are actually emitting as a transmitter to the etheric realm. Focus on what you are thinking and feeling today to determine your frequency and what you are tuned to. At tone 7, our vibrating phenomenon learns to be still and to listen. Mystical 7 understands that everywhere is magical, but right here is better. Once we attune and then channel the magic through this present moment. Number 7 is also the frequency of the mystic and the magician, which doubles the magic of the white wizard, which is today's gift. Lots of magical power abounds today. What are you attuned to today? What will you manifest with your magical and chanting powers? White Wizard gifts us with much magic today to reach for the stars and fearlessly shine our light. Follow the promptings of your pure heart to find your true bliss. Bask in the pure state of presence today, feeling your power and connection to all that is. So beautiful souls, today is a wonderful day of divine flowering, inspired by all the beings of all the worlds as we join in the quest to create the new time. Today's question is, what else is possible for me, universe? How can I attune to the highest potential timeline for my soul to blossom? Divine blessings for the courage to open your petals and fully blossom today. In Lakek Alakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 124, Yellow, Resonant Seed. The mantra, the code for today is, I channel in order to target. Inspiring awareness, I seal the input of flowering with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of intelligence. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and transmutations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions. We archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to take the time to thank all of you that are supporting us on this great mission. We rely on the monthly pledges on Patreon and donations through PayPal and GoFundMe for our daily living expenses. So we appreciate you all. If you'd like to help support our mission and work and help us to be able to keep bringing these transmissions to the world, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/primedisclosure. Now I'd like to take a moment and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Susan Jones, for your donation today. And I'd like to also thank Divine Angel of the Light and Niana Velkani for your donation today. Thank you both very much. We are a little bit closer to be able to purchase our harmonium to start writing music for all of you with our sacred mantras, chants, and sacred music. We're about $200 short, so if you'd like to make a donation towards our music and recording fund, you can make a donation at egolovecondor.com. We also have a link in the description below. And I'd like to also take the time to thank everyone for supporting my sacred Condor's art business on Etsy. She has a couple new goddess totems and other works of art, all handmade by my sacred goddess. You can do so at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to end today's transmission with another powerful codes and activations from our Pleiadian brothers and sisters of the light. Pleiades 1, messages, April 17, 2021. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSE-SDE. Transitions happen now. Master students programs expand. Galactic luminosity increases. Transformers are invited. Arduin expands active field. Powers, shaman fauna in eternal alignment. Projectors aimed. Support 6% non-regressive. Powers, shaman fauna in internal alignment. Projectors aimed. Terran reverberation 5% non-regressive. Crystalline fields are seen. Goddess is present. Transfers to Kalhart are approved. First wave 86% non-regressive. Special projectors for MFD11+++ aimed and reverberating 87% non-regressive. New rainbows are coming. Unconscious liberations initiated. 1/3 specific layer, 87% non-regressive. Etheric Tower 1, multiplane synchronization incompletion, 90% non-regressive. Temporarily end of transmission. Pleiades 1, potentiating shamanic inheritances. From disclosurenews.it. And another powerful activation from Divine Sister of the Light, Lisa Renee. Breathing in the Spirit of Christ. Our intention is through our breath work to create the internal house for the spirits of Christ to reside within our heart, mind, and body, and in all ways, in perfect alignment to the universal law of one, the perfect law of structures in divine alignment to our highest expression and spiritual purpose in God's sovereign free. We ask for help to build our internal house, and so that the Christos Spirit may reside within. Beloved God, we request in my heart and prayer to create a house for Christ and to purify our mind, body, and heart for the Spirit of Christ. Further, we request to dismantle the houses of ego and to evict the imposter spirits and replace them with the houses of Christ. I state my authority and intention to be of service to God and to build a strong relationship with my inner spiritual light and Christos. For a moment, allow yourself to visualize and feel the quality of these 7 spirits of Christ. Feel each one of them as a white garment of flowing light that wraps and surrounds your entire body with peace and love. The spirits of purity, generosity, patience, kindness, discipline, conservation, diligence, and humility. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. 222 coming in. And always remember that I am the way, the truth, and the light. I am the resurrection and the life. Keep walking in the divine light and grace of your bright virtue, and walk gently on your sacred path with heart. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.